Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back. Today we are doing a little update on the little, almost call it a project pan. It's kind of a project pan that we introduced in April. In that intro video, I talked about a handful of stuff that I want to use up. Some of it's makeup, some of it's not, some of it's paper products, some of it is food. These are all stuff that without some intention probably would fall by the wayside and not get used up. So we're doing an update on this today. I'll let you know my progress, where we're at, and yeah, let's just get into it. So first up are some lip products, and I think the product I made the most amount of progress in is this not lip gloss, lip balm. It's barely a balm because it's not very moisturizing. Here's where we're at. I don't think we'll finish it up next month, but we'll probably get pretty close. I've been using this every day. Sometimes I'll typically want to reapply lip balm maybe like 4 times a day, sometimes less, sometimes more, maybe more. But depending on the day, I'll reach for this and then my lips will be moisturized, so I'll grab a different product. And I've been trying to mix it up a little bit because just using this all day, every day, just makes my lips peel. Every time I use it, it just surprises me because it's so bad. In my intro video, a lot of people were like, oh, you could use it this way or this way. And I do, I'll put it on parts of my skin that might be a little bit dry, which is not just on the lips. I've been trying to multitask it a little bit. So we're making progress on this guy. The lip gloss is kind of a quick one as well because you can't really see inside. I used this about 10 times. Can we see inside? I don't know. Oh, I think you can see some light there. I used this about 10 times. It's still feeling about the same. No real major progress. I think I held that too close to the mic. It might have gotten this squelching ASMR. Next up is the lipstick. And I was kind of nervous about this because I didn't want this to turn into only use this product, don't use anything else. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped project panning. And so I just wanted the use to kind of be natural. And also, if I was maybe like, oh, what should I wear today? I'm okay if some of those times I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pull this out because it's in a project pan. That's kind of the point of this. I just didn't want this to turn into every makeup look being use my project pan items. So because I don't wear makeup as much as I used to, and also because I wasn't using this literally every time I put on lipstick, I was a little bit, I guess, curious / worried about how much I would finish in this time. So I was pleasantly surprised is what I'm trying to say. Here we were last month. Here's what we're looking like now. I think I just mucked up the sheet. Can you see? We've made some progress. We've made some pretty decent progress. I'm very happy. This is still probably another 2 months worth of use. And it would bring me so much happiness to get this out this year. I do also have a mini. It's a Rare Beauty lipstick. They're tinted lip balms. I think they call them tinted lip balms, but they're not. They're pretty pigmented. I have one of those that I think I would like to use up as well. It's warm toned, and I kind of tend to wear that when I'm wearing warmer toned makeup. And it's a mini, and I have decent use out of it. So I think that would be another good one to, focus on this year. All right, for foundation, I have my 2 here. The first is the Il Makiage foundation. Here's our progress. We didn't really make much progress this month because, to be honest, I completely forgot this was in the project. I remember this, I remembered everything else in the project. And then when I was looking back to make sure I was collecting all my products, I saw that this was in the video and I was like, oh, I forgot to put this in. So I used this 4 or 5 times. And when I use this, it's usually a mix-in. It's not the standalone product because I don't like the way that this looks all on its own. So it's not getting as much use as this. I've used this on its own a couple of times, probably 3. And I mix this in a lot as well. So this gets more use when I use it. Like I'm using more product every time I use it for the most part. I'm now back in the loop of how much I've used. Here we are. Like we've had the little refresh, so we're good. This guy here, look at that use. We still have product in here, so like we're still going with it. I think this will be out next month, which I think would be a good thing given that this is fairly light and probably by June it will kind of reach that point of the year where I'm thinking about rotating in my darker shades. The last of the beauty items is the Glossier perfume. We were up here last month and now we are down here. So out of 7 days in a week, I wear this probably about 4 times a week on average, which I think is pretty good given that I wasn't using this with any kind of consistency before. And it is nice to, just like have a little scent in my day. This is also kind of kept perfume on the top of my mind when I'm getting ready. So now when I'm going out, I have my other perfumes in my bedroom. I keep this one at my desk. And when I'm like done getting dressed to go out, like out of the house, I'll like, what kind of how do I want to smell today? And I'll reach for my other 2 perfumes. I have kept a mix. I'm going to put this down. On my dresser, I have kept a mix of like name brand perfumes and Dossier perfumes. In the past, like last year, I was mostly leaving my Dossier perfumes on my dresser, and those are all put away because these ones are the oldest that I own. And I'm getting a bit nervous. Like the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume, I don't remember how old it is. I know I didn't buy it while being on this channel, so that means the latest I could have bought it would be 2019. And I don't know if I bought it in 2019 or 2017. I can't be sure. I also don't know where I bought it from because I thought maybe I bought it from Sephora, and I checked my Sephora thing and it wasn't on there. And then I was like, wait, did I get it as a gift? I don't remember how it came in. So I don't know how old it is. And I'm not somebody who's super caught up on expiration dates. And it's more like, okay, does this still smell right? Yes. But now I'm getting kind of worried that if it's 5 years old, like how much more time do I have with Marc Jacobs Daisy? The Glossier perfume, I think, is older than that. What? I might have bought that in 2019. Now I'm not sure which one is older. Either way, they're both like very full perfumes, and I need that focus on these. Like if there's a priority for anything in this project, it's the perfumes. I am wondering, like, maybe I'll use this perfume for 2 months and then throughout the summer, maybe throw in Daisy, because as I was mentioning in the previous video, I can wear Glossier all year round. It's Marc Jacobs Daisy that has a little bit more of a narrow shelf life for me. I just mean when I'm interested in wearing it throughout the year. So we're going to move on to the non-beauty products. And the first thing I'm going to talk about in that sphere is this tea. I used it 3 times and I was looking at how much is left. I think that there's 2 uses in here. I also mentioned previously that I have a black tea from this company. So I tried it, and also it wasn't a black tea. It's been so long since I used it, I forgot what kind of tea it was. It's not a black tea, it's a green tea. So I made it. I was like, all right, we're going to, use the momentum of the project pan, and we're going to drink the tea. I'm like, all right, I'll put the tea instead of my coffee today. I could have sworn up and down that I've tried this black tea or this green tea. And maybe I have. Maybe I've actually tried it. But when I brewed it and I made it, it was disgusting. And I actually gagged, and I poured it down the drain. It was very gross. I've never had that reaction to tea. With tea, there's just some that I like more than others, or some I don't like, but I've never been so viscerally disgusted by the taste of tea that so I'm going to give it one last shot because I would bet money that I've drank this tea before and it wasn't an issue. Maybe I put too much. So we're gonna try it one last time, and if that tea is still like it's no bueno, then I'm gonna maybe like give it to some families, see if they like it, because I don't think it's objectively a bad tea, and I also don't think it's expired. I think it's just more of a preference of taste, not this is a bad product, because this is high quality tea and I love this one. Okay, I'm going to talk about the paper products together because or like the stationery products, because I'm using them in tandem. This is so heavy. Okay, so I've been using the journal and the stickers together. And you may have seen a video from a couple weeks ago where I talked about bullet journaling, and that's how I kind of transformed this planner. Well, not transformed, but that's how I'm reusing it. And I love when you find a need, like you have an interest that arises, right? Or a need that arises, and you have the exact right thing or the exact thing that you could use to serve that need. Like this was such a perfect fit. So here's a bit of a funny moment. I wanted this to smell nice, so I sprayed some Dossier perfume on it, and I meant to get like, far away like spritz. Turned out that did not happen, and this happened. This is me spraying Dossier perfume from what I thought was a distance onto my book, and this is not like a stain or like, you could rub it off with water. This is the perfume like permanently discoloring the book. So that's fun. Anyways, over the past month, I've used this much of the book, and this is how much we have left. And then this is how much we had used previously. So we have used, to me, it appears I've used more in the past month than what was used before it. I am super pleased with the use of this book because I'm not doing stuff to artificially inflate my numbers or, like drawing a line and be like, oh, I used it. I'm using it naturally and organically. Like I found a use for this and it's meeting the need perfectly, and how much I write and how much I'm consuming and the speed in which I'm going through this product is natural and not the artificial kind of bumping up my numbers thing, which just, this kind of matchup is so satisfying to me. I've also been using stickers in here, and I calculated I used 26 of these stickers, which I don't know, that's a lot, that's a little, but that felt very satisfying to me. Like using 26, that's a good use for the month, I think. I also pulled out some elements from that like paper kit, that kind of scrapbooking kit, and I used 5 elements from there as well. I didn't use the big paper stuff, and I also was like, oh, I don't have a glue stick. I found a glue stick recently, so now I do have the ability to like glue in some of those elements if I am so inclined. The last thing is this guy. I didn't use much from this because, again, this book is so big. I have been using this, or the use of I repurposed this for is to practice my Arabic. So this was when I was first learning some letters. I also have some like phrases and stuff on here, which I wrote down because I wanted to know like how if these words translate to my partner's dialect. And then when I learned like how they would say it, I would write it beside it. This has been some real fun, and I think this is going to go slower than I anticipated, but totally fine because there was no use for this until now. So, okay, I'm going to be rolling in a new category of product. And these are temporary tattoos. So back in 2022, I was thinking about getting a new tattoo, and I wanted to test like some styles of things before I got it. One, to see if I liked this idea in the place, or a tattoo in the place that I wanted it. But then I also wanted to know, like, I thought that I wanted like a design and not script. So like I bought some examples, none of like the examples I bought I liked enough to wear them, but I didn't want that particular script. So there was like a good trial to kind of see how I felt about things. Do I like the idea of script? Do I like the way that it looks? Do I like these more like graphic elements? So I tried out a bunch and I came to my own conclusions about what I want, don't want, etc. So these were so helpful. And if you're somebody who, I'm going to put this down for now. Just dropped it. If you're somebody who has also been considering a tattoo, I think this was like such a good strategy to help me use my mind, to make up my mind and really consider what I wanted. I came to my conclusions last year and I did not use up all of what I have. And I also, when I bought this stuff, I expected to use them more frequently than I did. And therefore we have all of this stuff. So the very first thing I bought, I just dropped the exact same thing again. Oh my God. I'll pick it up at the end. Was this pack? I don't think I realized how many were in here. And this is just so much. I almost don't know what to do with this. Like there's just so much, and even low quality ones will last a couple of days. So it's, what am I gonna like just tattoo myself with these? It's a lot. And this also doesn't feel like something I can give away. You know what I've been curious about is if I could put this on paper. Like this kind of seems like something that could probably be transferred onto paper. I at least want to try. I have I made some mistakes in my book, my art journal, and there's kind of like a page of dead space. So I would try, like if it doesn't work out and all I do is like make a page with, and it's fine. So maybe I'll do that. And then if I can use them that way, these will become like stickers, which would be kind of fun. I also have these two. This is one of the scripts, and then this is one of my like more favorite designs that I tried before, and I rebought it. This pack has a whole bunch in them. Maybe not a whole bunch, like maybe 5. There's like this kind of like tarot card inspired one. Yeah, there's a snake. Some butterflies would be so cute. We have some to use up. I would like to use 1 or 2 a month, because if you play your cards right, these can last 2 weeks. If you like put one on and then like go to the beach, it's coming off that night. Like no matter when you put it on. So like they'll do decently with regular shower usage, but you gotta be careful. It's like prolonged submersion in water. That's where you get into trouble. So I have some that I'd like to use up. I'd like to come back in a month and say, yes, I used 1 or 2. So that's it for me. That's the video today. I'd love to know what you're working on, if you're working on anything. Even if it's just like a pack of tea, maybe like a couple of stickers, I'd like to know. And we can cheer each other on in the comments. Thanks for watching and hanging out, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.
I think there's another